Today I am sharing baby products that I wouldn't buy again. It doesn't mean these products are bad, they just didn't work for our family. Okay, so take it or leave it, hear my pros and cons and see what you think for you, if they're a yes or a no. So I would skip these scarf bandana type bibs. You know when they're drinking out of a bottle or breastfeeding, you use little like soft bibs on them. The scarf ones were in style. I didn't like them. I would almost just rather a little Velcro one or no bib at all. I felt like they were choking them almost, or I couldn't tell if they were choking them, and they made me uncomfortable to actually use. I quit using them, and then I didn't replace them with soft, like traditional bibs. I just kind of used the burp rag, and the burp rag that I would often use was a flannel receiving blanket. And here's what I kind of did. So I breastfed mostly, but say I was bottle feeding. I would almost like tuck it under their chin a little bit, and then I'd be feeding them so they would like catch the drips. Great, doing the job, right? Then that's why they're eating. Once I would flip them to burp them, I would then take the rag out of wherever I had it resting, put it on my shoulder and burp them. Or if you burp them, you know, where you hold their neck and you burp them like that, put the rag over my arm or however you do it. So I would use the burp cloth as the bib and then the burp cloth. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. I did not like the scarf bandanas, and it would be an item that I would for sure not get if I had another kid and was starting over. This one might be a little controversial. Gowns. So the gowns are like, you know, it's like a sleeper up top, but then at the bottom it can cinch in or have elastic. I didn't like gowns. So part of the reason why, I felt like their legs were cold. I liked a sleeper with just proper leg holes and the footies attached, okay? I just felt like their legs would get air on them if they weren't swaddled, and then it felt weird to swaddle them with the gown. I get the whole point is the ease of pushing it up to change a diaper. Totally get that. I just really didn't care for them as a mama. It just didn't work for me. And the other point is you definitely only want these when they're itty bitty, because when they start trying to crawl, they can't crawl very well in these. So try it out, see if it works for you, and then get more if you love it. I just simply did not. Next would be the Angel Care bath support. So bath time is hard with babies, okay? Newborns, they're like weak and you're trying to hold on to them and they're slippery when you're bathing them. It's not easy to bathe a little baby. It really isn't. One recommendation that I actually would make if you have a husband, have him really help with bath time. First of all, if you're a mom, you probably get stuck doing a lot of the other work. For me, my husband's hands are so much bigger than mine. I feel like he could hold the baby really well in one hand and like wash them better, or just hold them really well and I could wash them, you know, when we did it together. If he did it on his own, he just could do better than me. And he just had bigger hands. So I would not get the Angel Care bath support again, specifically because it didn't fit well in our kitchen sink, so it wasn't easy to use there, which people say not to use there because of germs and whatnot. But then in the bathtub, you'd have to fill the bathtub a decent amount. I would get a small baby tub if I was going to go that route again. I would do the tub where you only need a little bit of water. And I would honestly consider not getting anything and just putting them in the bath with me or the shower with me. And if your partner is home and you can pass the baby in, pass the baby out, or giving them a lot of like sponge baths when they're little, it's just not fun. And it can be like tricky and almost like dangerous. So I wouldn't do the Angel Care bath support. I would do a tub, not a like support where the water goes through it if I was going to do it again. No matter what though, it's not fun. Sorry. I would not get as many bows. So I thought I reined it in, but like certain outfits will come with a bow, and then I just, oh, they got a little bigger. We need a bigger package of bows. You end up with a lot of bows, okay? What I would recommend is getting some really pretty neutral ones. Okay, now when I say really pretty, I don't necessarily mean like lacy and beaded and fancy for like a wedding. I like the everyday bows. Like it's cute and it dresses up the outfit, but it's not too dressy, if that makes sense. Like cute, comfy, a really comfortable strap on it. Nothing that's going to be like tight and like really like squeezing their head, kind of like elastic. And get really neutral colors. Try not to get ones that have a pattern on them. Try to get like solid pink, solid cream, tans, things that are just going to mix and match really, really easily. Now from bows, I would also say newborn hats. So I didn't buy that many, but like you get a couple from the hospital. I didn't put those on my baby when they came home. Those went in the memory box for me. And then certain swaddles or outfits will come with hats. So then you have some hats. But I do remember, I think it was Kohl's, maybe somewhere else, I saw a little package of like 6 baby hats and they were on sale in the clearance area really cheap. Like I might have paid $2, but I didn't need those. I got them. I didn't buy that much for my babies, but like I was like trying to treat myself and I got those. And I found that I didn't put hats on my babies at home. I really didn't. And I had a winter baby and I had a summer baby and I just didn't do it very much. So I would make use of the hats you have and call it good enough. And if anything, I would get like, if it's a winter time, I would get one for like say in the car seat going somewhere. That is a good winter hat, but it doesn't necessarily have to be one for every outfit. Don't go crazy on baby hats. The next thing is like bulk matching outfit sets. So this is where we had a set and it was like kind of like a light blue vibe. And it was like, okay, there's 3 pair of pants. There's 3 long sleeve onesies, 3 short sleeve onesies. There's hats, and like, it's this like all combination thing. So for me, a little bit OCD about organization and stuff, this drove me crazy because I couldn't match the things with each other because there were so many combinations. Or like, okay, there might have been like pants, but do the pants go with the short sleeve onesies or the long sleeve onesies? Well, we're going into winter, so I'm going to put it with the short sleeve onesies, but now the pants and the long sleeve are here and they're separate from the shorts, but they're a matching set, so they need to stay together. I don't like it. Every outfit, I just like it to be individual. If it can go with a lot of things, great. I always recommend getting like jeggings that match everything. Yes, rompers are also a nice idea. But this like large bulk matching set, as convenient as you think it is, it drove me crazy personally. For you, it might be a winner, but for me, I wouldn't get one again. I truly wouldn't. Looking back, do I have huge regrets for my baby registry? No. Honestly, these aren't that big of a deal, like as far as what I regret. And they were learning opportunities. Now, I want to advise you to regret as few things as possible. Obviously, we want as little waste and as little items that are sitting around. Now, those hats, they got passed down to somebody else or donated. And hopefully they got used and they got loved by somebody else. But I think there's enough stuff in the world that we don't want to make too many more mistakes. We want to get what we're going to need and what serves us and our family in our home. All right? I'm not looking to store extra things. Are you? If I did it again and had another baby, I would be slower to buy. I would be focused on the basics, not accessories like the hats. They're accessories. Focus on that core basic first. Save yourself space, clutter, the time of managing it all. All right, go simple, go focused. Now, if any of you are new mamas or soon to be mamas, comment an item you're on the fence about, and let's see if people agree that you should get it or skip it. And if you're an experienced mama that found yourself here, comment something that you did not use, an item that for you was a waste and a mistake. All right, let's help these new mamas out. Thanks so much for watching this video. Check out more on my channel and have a great day.